All right. I should say good afternoon. I was going to say good morning, but good afternoon, everyone. And I'm just thankful for this group that is here today. My name is Alisa Weiss, and I'm the program manager here at the Verona Senior Center. And today we have the special privilege of my good friend, Sarah Tashin, and her lovely friend, Maggie, joining us today. There's Maggie, there's Sarah. They're going to be doing a virtual Chinese cooking class for us today. So they are going to be cooking up some dumplings and showing us how to make a homemade dumpling sauce. And if there is time, they might just give us an introduction of the Asian noodles as well, or Chinese noodles. I'm not sure what you guys call them. And they're just going to give us a little history about Chinese New Year. This week is, I think it's been 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks of Chinese New Year. You guys are lucky. You get to celebrate for 2 whole weeks. It'd be like if we got to do Christmas for 2 weeks, right? Although maybe not so many presents, right? But anyways, so I'm going to hand this over to them and just let them introduce themselves and take it from there. So you're welcome to cook along or just observe. And thank you to everybody that's here today. Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. We forgot to mention that she's my bestest friend and she was the matron of honor in our wedding. So Lisa and I are very closely tied at the heart. Maggie and I are excited to be cooking today. We're going to cook some dumplings and make some homemade sauce.
Yep.
We're very grateful for Lisa. She just shared she was looking for creative content for the Verona Senior Center. And she said cooking classes have gone well. And I said, I'm not so sure about trying something on Zoom, but I'd be willing to. And she said, yes, let's do it. So here we are. As she said, Chinese New Year 2021 started about a week ago and it runs for 2 weeks.
Right.
So the timing is perfect. Maggie, do you want to tell them how to say Happy New Year?
Yeah, so when they come to Chinese New Year, like everybody, when they see each other, the first thing will be say, 新年好 or 春节快乐, something like that. So the first thing is just the same like happy Merry Christmas or something same is like this first they will do it.
Yeah, so Maggie speaks Mandarin fluently. It's actually her first language, right?
Right.
Yeah, and she grew up in
China,
and she's full Chinese.
Yeah.
I'm actually only half Chinese. My mom is Chinese and my dad is Caucasian. And you may see the kids pop in because they are home for virtual school. They may want to come help. But we're excited to show you a little bit about dumplings and maybe talk some more about Chinese New Year. Feel free to jump in the chat and ask questions because, as I said, we haven't done this a lot before. I see Jean and Brandy. Shout out to friends all over.
Hello.
See, and Jean's logging in from Evansville. So just thank you. Thank you everybody for being here and supporting this. It's awesome to talk about Chinese food during Chinese New Year. Hi, Asher man. So we'll get started. I think we'll start, the dumplings take about 30 minutes.
Yep.
So as you can see, through some trial and error, the best way to actually make dumplings is in a non-stick electric skillet like this.
The pie.
Yeah, we have tried different pans. The trick is that it's very non-stick. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. That starts to heat up. And then I'll show you what we purchased for frozen dumplings.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different varieties, but this is a pork and vegetable dumpling. They're already made and they're already frozen. Maggie, will you read this in Chinese?
So here I have English the button too. So the Chinese call like a 猪肉水饺, which means have a pork and vegetable dumpling. That's what this bag is called. But you can buy normally they have the variety you can choose. They have chicken dumpling or beef dumpling or just a veggie dumpling. So it depends on how you like it. So you buy all different dumpling you like. And this have another like same. We have different package. It is also same. It's jumbo pork vegetable dumpling. So the same thing, but they have different from different company and they have a little bit different package, but exactly they are all different, same dumpling.
Alisa, do you want to share your bag? Because you have a bag.
Yeah. So my bag looks like this. Chung's pork pot stickers. And I got mine right from the freezer section at Woodman's. So you do have to go over to like the freezer section and you find them there. So there's a
Yeah.
couple different brands out there. And yeah, Sarah's right. You can do pork, you can do veggie. I think they even have, they have chicken.
Chicken,
Yeah.
shrimp.
Chicken, shrimp, beef, all different ingredient you can choose normally.
Yeah. And just like all foods, there's definitely an authentic level based on if you're buying it from like a Costco, who also makes lots of dumplings, or like the actual Chinese grocery store. If you find a brand you'd like, I'd recommend sticking with it, taking a picture so you don't forget it. Okay, so we can feel that our skillet's getting hot.
And Sarah, about
And-
how hot should we have the pan on the oven? If we have a pan on the oven, do you want like medium heat?
Say medium high.
Okay, and okay, medium high. Okay.
Now you want to get the oil hot, and then you want to coat the bottom.
Right.
So
So normally you can like, if you have a pan, you just use this, get a little bit like make the oil like have full pan. So that way they have like more, you know, every place will be same, not sticking at one place.
Yep.
So the oil is something people were asking. So what kind of oil they can use? It depends you. Like if you are vegetarian, you can use a veggie pear oil, or they have all kind of oil you can use. If you don't like some flavor, you don't use it. Just pick up what all kind of oil you have can find in your house. Yeah, or olive oil is fine too. So you can do it.
you can, I have learned with Chinese cooking, you modify a lot depending on what you have
Yeah.
and what you want to use up.
Right.
So we're actually going to make both bags today.
So yeah, so after the when the pan is very high, so then you can put your hands to check. Okay, this is the temperature is high enough. You think it's so, then okay, then you can open your foil bag. You just add the dumpling like one by one. Just
Maggie does it better than I. I just dump the whole bag in.
yeah, you just.
Wait, let's do two sides. You do your side, I'll do my side.
I have to say hi to Brenna and Broderick too. I see them down there.
Yeah, it's
corner.
it's
Hi, you guys.
And how you have like how what time you have. So how you cooking for. So normally I lay off them together, make them look like a pretty.
Megan's looks very pretty and mine is just the quick way, as you can see.
So then after you get in here, you don't want your heat is so high. You want to keep your heat at a medium or medium high. You don't want to have the burn your oil very fast.
So what you're doing right now is, yeah, you're browning the bottom of the dumplings, and you really don't want to turn it too much. You don't really want to flip them too much or anything, because you're just trying to get that crispy brown part on the bottom. It helps to think of the outside of the dumpling like the way we make pasta, because the inside is not cooked. It's a meat mixture, and that's not cooked yet. And then the outside is really like our not like our dry pasta, but a pasta that needs to be cooked.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, so the same thing, you don't want it too full because you want to each dumpling will be cooked. No.
no, yeah, we can fit them. I think we can fit them.
Okay.
You guys, are those frozen?
Yeah.
Okay.
frozen dumpling.
Okay.
And that's another thing. You do not want to defrost them either in the car on your way home. Like you really don't want them to defrost and then get stuck together.
Yeah,
You want to keep them right from frozen to hot pan.
right.
All right, Maggie found a way to fit them all in.
Yeah.
So we will let those brown up. Kelly, what would you say? A couple minutes.
Yeah, it's about like when you can check a little bit. If you're not sure, you can check if the bottom line is getting like a brown. You can add water there. But now we want to keep the bottom is brown first. So use the like I use the 200, like the medium heat,
Yeah.
because you want them slowly cooking inside. If you put your heat too high, they will burn outside very fast, but the inside not cooked. So
Yeah.
that's why you need to make sure your heat is not too much.
So should we wait for these or should we go to making the sauce? What do you think?
So we can let them cook, then we can go to make the sauce.
Okay, so we're gonna let these sit for a couple minutes and move over here to the chopping station.
So
Maybe
Here, a quick question. Do you leave the dumplings uncovered while they're
Yes.
cooking? Okay.
We will cover them in a minute,
Later,
but right
yeah.
now they are uncovered.
So normally, so the home sauce is depends. So you can have like either you just want to use soy sauce, you just put soy sauce, or you want a vinegar, you just put a vinegar, or you want a chili oil, you just put a chili oil. But for me, I like to put them all together, like home sauce, like I mess them all together. So I like the fresh garlic. That's because the garlic is very strong, can make it together with the dumpling. You take your mouth, have a whole different ingredient there. So for me, I like to buy those dry garlic, not the prepared garlic from the jar, but normally I use the fresh one. So because it's easy, and I just get in the garlic from.
She's saying don't use this kind, but it can be a cheat option if that's all you have.
Right.
And then something really awesome is at the Asian grocery store, the work that she's doing right now, they sell it in bulk, already peeled, like in the refrigerated section. For about $1, you can get a whole packet like this with maybe 50 cloves peeled.
Right.
So it's a great deal because they've already done the work.
Yeah.
But let's watch Maggie.
So yeah, for me, it's very easy. I just pour them out. So, and I can, it's very fast. So you don't take that much work. So
So she's crushing the skin with the knife.
use the flat knife. Then the skins are ready. See?
Smells good.
Yeah, very.
Lisa.
I'm like, you don't need a garlic press. That's amazing. Because the
Oh,
skin
no.
just peels off then. Okay, how many people knew this? Come on. Did anybody know this? Oh,
Linda,
I'm new to the party.
Hi, Andy.
So it's just
Brandy knew. Brandy knew.
just different culture things. I guess for Chinese, we only have like one knife, one chopping board, or one pan. So we chop everything. We don't use that much tools because the kitchen was very small. Not like here, the kitchen is big. So we don't have that much cooking tools to help us. So we're doing everything by hand.
So yes, Maggie has a money cooking shot right here.
So
Watch
I
this.
just chop them very small, tiny. So like you said, you can use the tools you have, and you put it there. They will be fine
About
too.
how many garlic cloves are you using?
That was about 4.
I use 4, and it depends how you like it. Some people like it very strong. Some people like it just a little bit to have like a little bit flavor taste it. Depends how you like it. So I like it very strong. So most time I put a lot of fresh garlic there.
This is a great time to show you our other chopping board going on here. Finley's 9, and she's also practicing with the garlic. She's gonna chop up a clove and add to it. And that's been a super fun thing to expose the kids to Chinese cooking and put them to work in the kitchen.
Yep. So after you getting them very small, tiny, you just put them in a small bowl, like you're going to use to make the sauce. You put it there, right?
Yeah. Okay, let me check on the dumplings quick before we do not want to burn dumplings on our first cooking show. So I'm listening for them, and they're not browning quite yet in the middle anyways. Nope, so we're good. I might turn it up a little bit. There's not really anything brown happening. A little bit. But you really want to see like a brown base that looks different. Okay, back to you.
The second, after you chop the garlic, right? So I like to add the sesame oil. So you can get them from normal grocery store. Any kind of sesame oil is fine. So you add there, chop the garlic, the base, you add a little bit. Just cover to your garlic, like not too much.
2 teaspoons?
Yeah, 2 teaspoons, depends how much garlic you have it. So you just mix them together.
Yep. And we're just making the sauce to dip the dumplings in. So that was like 2 bags of dumplings, and we're making enough sauce for 2 bags.
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
So after
Sesame
that, you
oil.
can add the soy sauce. So all kind of soy sauce. Sometimes the soy sauce have like sweet soy sauce or whatever. So you just normal soy sauce that you find. If you use a normal soy sauce, you want to add a little bit of sugar, you can add a little bit of sugar there too. So if you use normal soy sauce, whatever you can find it for your kitchen. It's about a tablespoon too.
Teaspoons.
Yeah, so you just mess up a little bit. So now the turn.
So
the
so far
color.
you do the same amount of sesame oil as soy sauce? You do that?
I do that too. Depends, like if you don't want too much sesame oil, you can put less. It's just make that smelling like very good
Yep.
flavor, the sesame oil. So we don't have vinegar here.
We have white vinegar.
We have white vinegar. So normally I like to use the dark vinegar.
Maggie is
but
making-
I never use the white vinegar.
I have no problem serving white vinegar with my dumpling sauce, but apparently it's not.
Yeah,
Huh?
because
Oh,
I've,
or yeah, do you want to get apple cider vinegar?
yeah, you can add a little bit
Is
of
apple cider
vinegar.
vinegar better for you?
Yeah, probably. I
Okay.
don't like the white vinegar for this, but
Yes, Kathy.
Do you typically use rice vinegar?
You can.
yeah, you can.
The base is really soy sauce and vinegar.
So they give me the apple vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar?
Vinegar. You just want to have a little bit of sour in there. So you just mix up the all ingredient, taste more flavor. That's how I added the vinegar too.
How much are you adding?
A little bit. You don't want to add too sour if you don't like sour. So if
Oh.
you just have like same like you add lemon juice something, you just want to have like a drop something. So you don't want too much. So I just put some drop there. So I don't want to add too much because I don't want them to taste very sour.
Mhm. A good tip for Chinese cooking is to taste along the way.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, we don't even have a measured recipe to share. Elisa asked me about it for this Zoom.
So this now basically if you can smelling your sauce really good. So this is not spicy. So that's mostly the home sauce we have already. So if you want to add like spicy things, you can add the spicy there too. And then you, yeah. So now you really can smelling good, right? So yeah. So it's not is because all garlic flavor and the sesame flavor they mess up together. So give you that very good smell. You just
Finley, do you wanna
oh,
add
yeah,
yours?
it's very good.
Yep, I gotta go back to check the dumplings. Finley, do you want to add your, Finley's gonna move her chopped.
Or.
Okay, let's watch Finley add hers.
I don't know how to add it. Do I
You
just
can do it. Yep.
add this?
You chopped yours up even finer than Maggie. That's good. Yeah, and as Maggie said, you can kind of make it to what your personal preferences are,
Right, yeah. so-
personal taste for hot sauce that you use or the type of vinegar. We're going back to check on these. They are still,
So then
so this is
the heat
starting to
will
brown. We
help.
gotta turn the heat up.
So Sarah, if mine are turning a little bit brown on the bottom, do I want to add water?
No,
No,
well,
yeah, you want it like very brown. So if just a little bit, you want it like a whole look like brown. Can you get it the package I have this already? No, another one. I have that, another one. I
Okay.
have that.
So I should just leave them, even if, like, just put the lid on now?
Yeah, you just leave it on. You want them more brown.
if it's too, yeah, like,
You see this brown here?
Mhm.
Then get it like that.
that is the
that-
color you're going for. If yours are already that color,
Then you
Yeah.
can add water.
the next step is to take about, well, if you have this much, about 2 cups of water, add it, cover it, and turn it down.
Yeah.
Okay, once they're that brown. Okay.
Because at that point, then you're just cooking the, like I said, you're cooking the outer skin to try to make it more like a noodle,
Yeah.
like we'd cook pasta.
I'm moving them a little bit because there's some dumpling maybe stick it together. So you can use the things to get them, you know, like separate, like a one by one.
Does anybody have any questions?
Do we add ginger and cilantro to the sauce?
Yep, we'll go back to the sauce.
Yeah, we can go back to the sauce.
I wasn't sure if I missed that step.
So Finley was smelling the sauce
In
Yeah.
and mixing it.
yeah.
All right,
So
so
here, are you added something other things there? No,
okay,
because so now he have messed up, but I don't think that they have a very dark sauce there. So I can add a little bit of soy sauce there because mine is too much garlic here. See, it's a little
so
bit
you can
brown here.
tell. Okay,
So I can add a little bit
Maggie,
of soy
Maggie
sauce
wants
there.
it darker.
I want a darker because I don't have a darker vinegar there. That's why. The
I do have
sauce
dark
is-
soy sauce. You want dark soy sauce?
No, dark sauce is too strong. You don't want it.
So Maggie has been doing this for so long, she doesn't even need to taste it. She can just tell by color.
Yeah, so now the color turned a little dark. So now if you have the cilantro at home or you have the chives at home, so you can chop the chive very small, tiny, but you don't want too much. So you just very chop them very small because you just want them to look pretty. So like this.
That is pretty.
So then you put them the top, but I couldn't see.
So you
Then-
use the white part.
I use the white part first, then you can, then the green part. Okay, just a little bit because it's not for you eat, it's just for like decoration things. Or you can have a cilantro.
So
you
it's
can
not
put
so
it-
much for flavor. It's
No.
just for,
It's just for like, because the garlic, they all things that have really flavors. You just want to make your sauce pretty, you just getting some green stuff in the top, that's it.
really?
Yeah,
I always just add it for flavor. So you can see we do it very differently
yeah, so depends.
and depending on,
Depends.
wait, like I need to turn my notifications off. Okay, back to the dumplings. Oh, shit. Okay. I think these are coming along. Does anybody know what year it is for Chinese New Year? Anybody remember what animal I said?
Yeah, I think it's a bull or something.
It's the ox.
Well, the ox, okay. Sorry.
So in China right now, they are celebrating kind of nonstop for 2 weeks. Lots of food. You know, kind of like for Christmas, we do our ham dinner, our potatoes, certain pies. They are doing like what kind of foods are they eating now? Special for Chinese New Year.
So we actually we eating everything like we have Chinese New Year is different. Like we are cooking everything like chicken, beef, and you know, all different. Like you have like a whole 10, 13 dishes in your table because people can find whatever they like. So they are not just like a turkey, then you know, then with veggie. We have all full of tables food there, so everybody can find it, they like it. So dumpling is one thing that we like always eating it,
Mhm.
even or holiday and a normal day. Like you go to train, go to the other city, they say, oh, you're eating dumpling to help you save. And you get off the train, oh, you're eating dumpling because, you know, something like it. They always like say, I want to eat dumpling. So they find any excuse day or something to eat dumpling. That's how the dumpling is very popular in China.
Yeah, it's very popular. And even if you go to a restaurant now, they eat it more Italian style, where you have, you know, your main
Okay,
your
yeah,
main
dumpling,
dishes
yeah.
in a central. It goes in the center of the table, and you have like the big spinning thing.
Do you see my dumpling now is here?
All right, Maggie's happy with the
So
color.
now I have the 1 cup of water, a quarter
That's-
water,
Yep.
and I just like put it here, put the water here. So you just check if the water cover the whole pan, that will be enough. Not too much, not too little. But you always, if you add a little, if that water dry out, you can always add a little bit. But you just slowly add. Don't want to like full time you can all full like the super dumpling. You don't want that happen because sometimes the getting dumplings broken.
Yeah.
So now I'm fine with that, so I can cover my pans.
Yeah, we're not moving them a lot or spinning them around, as you
Right.
can see. We don't.
Now I cover pan.
And we
Okay.
added water to cook the outside of the dumpling.
Yeah, then I put in my heat down a little bit. I was 250, now I put 200. Just a little bit, let him slowly cook.
And we'll probably do that for what, like another 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, so that time, now this sauce is ready, but some people like a spicy sauce, right? So we can,
Let's talk about hot sauces.
the hot sauce. So normally for my family, because I have kids, I have some people don't eating spicy, so I would make 2 different sauce. So this one is where for the people don't eat spicy. So
Mhm.
now they have enough ingredient there. So if people love spicy, I just add all different spicy stuff there. So you can
Elisa has
have-
Tabasco,
Yeah.
which is perfect. Can add Tabasco. This is a yellow sriracha. This can be found at Global Market, which is an excellent place to eat on the east side of Madison. It's an excellent Asian food court.
Yeah, and this one most people like it is called black bean and
With chili oil.
chili oil. So you can get in all Asia store, all different chili oil you can get it. So you can use it because that the inside of those have all different ingredients. Have really, sometimes people just use this as sauce. They don't need to add anything. So because it's very enough inside have all garlic sauce, everything that tastes very good. So people
good.
just use that.
And then here's another probably familiar one. This is, to me, this reminds me more of like a vinegary chili sauce. And then what else do I have? I have regular sriracha to show you. Sorry, you don't want to see my dog. Regular sriracha. And then I really love this one. This is more of a sweet hot sauce. You can definitely tell it has sugar in it. Kathy, you know this one. We use this for salads a lot. So
Ah, delicious.
if Elisa wants us back, we can show you a cool chopped salad with like green cabbage and purple cabbage. And the secret ingredient is this sauce and fresh lime juice. But it's excellent. You know, you can eat it with
Sarah,
the dump.
what's the, I didn't really see the brand on it. What's it called?
I think you say my ploy.
My Ploy.
My ploy.
Nice. And that would be like in the like the Asian food aisle as well? Okay.
Asian food aisle, Woodman's carries. Woodman's carries all the ones I showed you except the yellow and the chili with black bean.
Yeah.
But Woodman's carries sriracha and the other one. Yeah.
So I can make it a special, just the black beans, the oil.
Oh, Maggie's gonna make a. And then we should add with ginger. Do you have any tips for ginger?
So like the ginger.
Elisa has the
same
ginger.
Like the garlic, you getting the skin off, then you cut them very small. Same like garlic, you put the garlic together, you just add a sauce with mess ginger with garlic. That will be taste have little bit of ginger flavor there too. If you have ginger, that's what. Yeah. So like the chili soy sauce, normally I have like they have everything inside. I just put like 1 or 2 spoons, depends on how much sauce I want to make it. You see that how beautiful that red chili oil there. So I put a 3 here because we have the 2 bag.
Oh, that's onion in there.
Yeah, I will put the onion there. So because I want to add a little bit of flavor. So for my taste, I like to add a soy sauce there too. Little bit, just like maybe 1 tablespoon, small one. And I like the taste like sesame oil too. So I add a little bit, like 1 tablespoon there.
What is that?
Sesame oil, same.
Oh, sesame oil. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wait, hold on. Sandy, can you hear us okay? I see your, you can, okay.
We
Because I
don't hear
had,
Brandy. We don't hear Maggie so well.
okay. So Maggie, we gotta talk louder.
oh, okay.
We'll talk louder or I will talk loud for her.
Yeah.
Right now, she's just cutting up green onion and
Yep.
adding it to the sauce.
So for, like if you have the same, you add the dark vinegar. That's why I always use dark vinegar because I think dark vinegar to make your sauce look pretty. That's why. So I can add a little bit of vinegar there too. Just to make them the sauce have more soup there. Look like have liquid there. When you dump you dumpling in, they have some liquid that can stick with your dumpling. Then I
Add
just
the onion.
add onion there to make them pretty.
Should we add like a sriracha?
Yeah, if you have a sriracha, you just add a sriracha there.
I'll go grab the big, we'll get the big guns out. Those smaller size ones I'm showing you because they are going to the school here. The school is celebrating Chinese New Year and they approved Chinese food from our local Chinese restaurant, Lynn's Garden, for all K through 12 teachers, faculty, and staff.
So you just add a little bit of cilantro here.
But we're helping with getting people that like hot sauce, the hot sauce. Wow, Maggie, that looks super red.
Right.
So
So
Maggie will be eating that.
yeah, I mean, I mean, people like spicy, they will try it, but it's like, you can depend how you do it.
Sandy, can I ask who that is with you?
So now
Do
we
you
have,
want to say hi?
we have 2 cans of soy sauce here. It's serving to people.
So this is Brenna. And Brenna is Stephanie's daughter that works with Elisa.
Oh, awesome. Nice to meet you. Can I introduce you to my Finley?
Yeah.
I love that we have kids online. This
Hi.
is Finley.
Hi.
So something that's super fun about Chinese food is kids can help in the kitchen, and like if you're looking for something to do with girlfriends, once we're COVID all, past that, invite people over, and instead of like hosting a meal, invite them to come help you make the meal.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite things to do is chop and peel and cook together in the kitchen and taste test, as a few of you know on here. Jean knows. All right, should we check on our dumplings, Maggie?
Yeah. So now you can see my water is almost dry out. So be careful when you open the pan.
She's saying be careful
pie
because it's
because
really
the
hot.
heat come to the face.
We turned it up a lot.
Yep.
I'll turn it down a little bit. And you want to check them?
Yep.
So you can taste test, like I said, along the way, or I can tell.
Yeah, you can see the colors change too. You see that? The colors more like the dry skin becomes more wet. You can see them also.
But kind of like, I bet a few of you know how to make pasta on here without even setting the timer. You get used to knowing what to look for how long.
Yeah, we don't have a timer either.
We don't have a timer. Let me see what it says on here. It says cover, steamer, and cook for approximately 15 minutes.
Right.
So the actual instructions on this kind would say 15 minutes.
So you open the pie, then you just wait the water dry off.
And then you think they're done after this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And we can,
Maggie thinks they're done.
yeah, when the water is dry, we can pour them out.
Now, depending on the brand you buy,
Um,
Elisa, do you have the bag for yours? Do you want to check how long? Because the skin, I'm going to share this. Last weekend, I was making homemade dumplings with my family. My mom, like I said, she's full Chinese and she wanted to celebrate Chinese New Year by making homemade dumplings. So when they're fresh like that, and the skin is actually, it seems a little bit thinner, they don't take it wouldn't take 15 minutes to cook, probably more like 7 minutes.
mm,
So really depending on the brand affects the time you have to cook it.
Yeah, mine said only like 6 to 8 minutes. And I think I might have added a little too much water, so I just kind of drained some of the water off.
Yeah.
Off
You
of
can-
mine, because mine called for less water. I think it said like 6 tablespoons of water. So I drained a little water off of mine.
okay.
Would anybody be interested in sharing their
Yeah.
dumpling cooking experience? If they've tried before and how it's gone? Sandy, maybe? Let me think about who. So a common problem is the skin starts falling apart.
Yeah,
And
like this, look at, you have the one, they have some skin fall apart here. See that? It's really
Oh,
open
open
it.
up,
See?
or they break.
Yeah, so that's why you need to careful a little bit, but like we said, we don't move in them much. You just use the small things, not let them fall out. Just,
Or what we talked about, if they defrost in the car, like in transit, and they get stuck together, that actually can break the skin.
mm.
So I really think the trick to making good dumplings is to keep trying.
Yeah, sometimes the skin, maybe you didn't get enough oil inside, they're getting sticky on the pans. You just moving them a little bit, like 2-3 times. So you just try to very gentle to pour them out, moving a little bit, and not let them sticky there all the time. So that's another you need to worry about when you cook them.
This is a very random question, but are there any gluten-free options for dumplings, or would you have to make them from scratch for them to be gluten-free? Do you guys know?
I do not know. Do you know?
I don't know they have gluten free,
Gluten free.
but I guess in China we don't heard of this. But
Right.
I've come here, a lot of people said they want gluten free. I don't know on the market have it, but I see some gluten free flours.
Yeah.
You can make by yourself.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, like a
Using-
homemade one.
yeah. Same
Well, like
your-
rice is gluten-free and rice flour. Do they
Yeah.
ever make these with rice flour? You know,
I guess, I don't know.
I'm sure this is wheat flour.
Yeah, most of it is wheat flour, but less flour.
The
I've
wrapper,
never heard
unbleached
about it.
wheat flour.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just kind of curious.
so you just.
I like them just as are. I think they're wonderful. So I was just kind of curious.
I wouldn't be surprised though if like a Costco or a Trader Joe's has
have the-
gluten-free
yeah.
dumplings.
Right. Maybe done.
Maggie thinks they're done.
Because the water is all dry off and, you know, the color is turned to look like cooked.
Who would like us to deliver dumplings today? Raise your hand. Sandy, are you at home? Do you want to share where home is from Evansville?
Oh, we're on the east side. of
East side.
Madison.
Of Madison? Okay.
So I now turn my heat.
And by far do not expect it, but it's looking really good.
Alyssa knows I'd be tempted to. We don't have plans tonight. And my parents live over on the north side, which is probably on our way. They're over by the airport. And Brandy, I saw you raise your hand, but I'm not coming to Tennessee.
So now we can put some.
Ooh, chopsticks. We will practice using chopsticks while we're here too.
So now if you want it, you just get a spoon, get the sauce. You can use a little bit of sauce. You just, you know, get a little bit here. Just get in your dumpling.
She's just drizzling it
Just
on the
drizzle
top.
that. Yep. So that way it is, can eat now.
She's adding cilantro for a picture
Yep.
perfect plate.
I want to taste it.
And there's, yes, looks good.
You want to taste it? Finally, you want to taste?
Finley, do you want to taste test our dumplings? We'll ask the kids when they come in.
Okay.
Should we practice using chopsticks though?
Yeah. So.
Okay, so we're gonna go sit on the couch and show you chopsticks after we
you
turn
wanna
our
take
dumplings off.
dumpling?
You know, I just feel like it's kind of torturous to eat in front of people. I wasn't prepared to do that. So no, I don't want to taste that. We're gonna finish this Zoom and then eat. Okay, we're gonna bring our board over. Will you grab chopsticks and then
Yeah.
let's
I'll eat with you. I've got mine here.
place.
Okay.
Alyssa and I may or may not be eating together this weekend. We don't want to. We're
Here's
planning.
mine. You didn't see it?
Good job. Do you want to try yours?
Yeah.
They're hot.
Sauce.
Yeah, they might be hot. So
Yeah, it's hot. Leave a little bit of sauce there.
Little soft.
watch Alyssa eat. Kathy, have you made dumplings?
I have not, no, but I'm going to.
Oh, your
I
family.
have actually perfected your Chinese noodles, however, and we have those a lot. So,
That, you know, another Zoom could be Chinese noodles or that Chinese chopped salad. Both of those would be
Oh.
super fun.
yeah.
But if we did that, I'd want you to come over and help because that's a lot of chopping. And I've learned I need to hold the camera. Kathy, do you want to share the funny story that involves cooking
Oh.
at our house?
Well, a bunch of us came to Sarah's one morning to make some of Chinese food to take to school. And we were running a little behind and we needed to be there, you know, when the teachers were ready for their lunch. And so Sarah took off and I was with another gal and we took off and we were going down in towards the Piggly Wiggly. And Sarah just zoomed right by this policeman. And when the gal I was with, and we zoomed by the policeman, he
Kathy
stopped.
was driving.
Yeah, he stopped us. So Sarah was feeling bad. So she turned back around and offered a bribe to the policeman.
I had enough
if
Chinese
they would
food.
give him some food. And of course, he said he couldn't take it. And we got written up in one of Nicole's books. And we were sweating it, I tell
We
you.
have the printed story if anyone wants to read
It's
it. But
funny.
yes, that
He
day.
let
was
us
so-
off and we went on our way slowly.
I had enough food to feed 60 teachers, kindergarten through second, teachers, faculty, and staff. I think it was for a teacher appreciation week.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe this police officer was going to make us late. Like we were already late. We weren't speeding really. And so, yes, I begged him. I said, please, we need to get this food to the school on time. Otherwise, you know, the teachers are expecting it and they won't have their food. And Patrick, no, Officer Mike was his name, and he was nice enough to let us go. No ticket. I don't even think he really gave you a warning, Kathy.
No warning,
He-
no
think he
warning. But
loved
boy,
us.
Sandy was sure sweating it. 'Cause
Yeah.
She was driving.
So I think the name of the kindness story is like 2 grandmas avoid speeding ticket with Chinese food or something. But and then we did bring food to the police station about a month later to just say thank you because that was super nice of them. He could have been crabby and given us a $200 ticket.
Well, how can you be crabby? I mean, when people are doing good things, God was watching over us.
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
we
sauce
have
is
this-
really good. The homemade sauce is really good.
Yeah.
I
So,
approve.
Actually, they don't have like a special like face ingredient or something. This depends on how you feel that day. What do you want? So some people get, oh, I want to eat it sweet. Then I just put like a sweet sauce out there to eat it with my dumpling, or put a soy sauce, add sugar there. Or some people like spicy. Some people just like a sour. It just depends how you want it. It is always can change.
Mhm. So yeah, we have this board. I've been sharing this with the school. The kids and I kind of made it just to talk about Chinese New Year. And I thought what might be fun, maybe we can go over the board and then practice chopsticks. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So Chinese New Year, as we talked about, this year is the year of the ox, 2021. And so any of their decorations over there, you'll see we'll have the symbol of the ox. You can see there's a lot of red and gold.
The people need to know what this is.
Sure.
You talking about a Christmas gift, right? So we don't give the people Christmas gift. We give people this. We call red envelope. Inside where we have the money. So we don't give them specific the gift present, but we give all like younger kids or older people like your grandma or something who cannot walk in. So that for me, I need to give my mom, my dad this red envelope, or my nephew, whatever, the young kids for my family. So they have all this kind of different red envelope. Then inside you get different amount of money, red money, depends how you feel about. So we don't give the gift, but we give a lot of red envelope. That's how we celebrate our New Year.
They're very traditional in the sense that everything is about like luck and prosperity and good health and wealth. We're gonna see if Hannah will come in for a second and help share too. This is my oldest, Hannah. Hi. She wore red today to celebrate Chinese New Year. Do you want to sit here with us and talk about the board?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll ask Hannah a couple questions, see if she remembers from school. Do you remember what symbolizes like lucky? What's an example of
2.
lucky? 2. So what does that mean? 2.
Like $2, 2 things, and then umpao.
Yep. So like she said, this is called an ang pao. Am I saying that right? Hong pao. So when I teach people, they learn whatever I've taught them. When I talk to Maggie, Maggie teaches me. So
Yeah, they call
Hong
Hong Bao.
Hong pao. If you Google it, it's ANGPOW, I think. But so these are all examples of ang pao, hong pao. And then as Hannah said, 2 is lucky. What else is lucky?
Red, gold.
Red, gold. So Hannah yesterday in 5th grade Zoom, she shared with her class about Chinese pets. Do you want to share about what you learned about Chinese pets?
Well, they have very similar pets to us, so cats, dogs, and they have a lot of little dogs, like no big dogs.
Because
Because
so we have a big dog. Actually, I can show you the big dog. Can you see the big dog there? So Jordy is over 100 pounds. And before we were going to adopt Jordy, and I told my mom we were getting this dog, she said, well, it's not going to be a big one, right? I said, no, Labradoodles get pretty big. And she said, no, big dogs do not go inside. Big dogs are outdoor dogs. So over there,
So we have a small dog, we have a small car because we don't have that much space. So that we live in apartment. Apartment is very small. You cannot fit like, 5 family with a big dog. So most people have tiny, like a Chihuahua style small dog. they
Chihuahua,
don't need
yeah.
walking with them outside because it can also it's harder to, take the dog to walk if you have a huge dog. That's how they are, they are different
yeah.
behavior.
Yep. They think the cute little like poochie pups, the The kinds that would fit in a purse are good to have inside.
Yeah.
And those are considered a sign of wealth because if you can afford one of those,
Mm.
that means you're doing pretty good. Do you remember what we talked about with how much they cost, the dogs? Or
Like
what number is lucky?
1,888. Is that?
Yes,
Yeah.
8. Well, the number 888. So in the pet store, we used to see $888
Oh, yeah.
was a normal price.
So 8, they have a
Wow.
story why we like 8.
Yeah, why do you
because-
like 8?
So 8 Chinese we call 八 means also 恭喜 fa and 八 is similar like the
tones.
tone. So 5 which means getting rich, which means
Mhm.
you give 8, it means rich. That's why we like 8. But we also have like a number like 6. 6 is like you're getting everything like lucky or something, or 4 or 2, every those number where you consider it is lucky number. So you don't give people like a 3 or don't give people something like that, like 5 or something. You always give him like the lucky number. Depends. Yeah, sometimes I give my mom like a 666 or give them 888. So I don't give them like a, just the one son or is you want to have some meaningful there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I even heard as Maggie was talking, and this came up in Hannah's class yesterday, they share different things. So she just said the number 666. As we know here, for some people, that does not sit well.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean good things. Yesterday, do you remember what we talked about in your class? That was something we do that's kind of like a swearing thing here. You can't
The
remember.
feet.
Oh, the feet. I don't know if that's Chinese with the finger.
Hmm?
With the finger.
Wait,
Okay, I'll just share it.
yeah. I don't
So
know.
here, as we know, like putting up your middle finger is like absolutely taboo. Is that bad there?
Middle
It's not,
finger?
right? Yeah.
What
I don't think it means, so it doesn't mean the
anything.
same to
Yeah.
them. If you were in China,
Right.
and I don't remember it in Singapore, if you put up your middle finger, it doesn't symbolize what it does here.
Right. Yeah.
So certain things like that are just really interesting to learn. Another thing with food, Hannah, you know this one. So with food, when you're eating at someone's house, what is a good tradition to remember when you're eating food?
You have to always leave a little bit left, so then they think that you're not like still hungry. They think that you're so full that you can't eat the last bite or something like that.
Yeah. So once again, if you host a meal, I always found interesting when we'd go over to my mom's friend's house, the person doing the cooking, they would kind of always stay in the kitchen.
Yep.
And they would prepare all this food and they would serve you, but they wouldn't sit down and eat with you like we do here. And then part of like a good sign, I remember my mom telling me this, is like, don't finish everything on your plate, because if you finish everything here, we would have like clean plate club, right? And like, it'd be a good sign. Like if Brandy made her chicken and dumplings and I licked the plate, that's a good sign. But there, if you have a clean plate like that, it's considered like they didn't have enough food to provide for their guests. And that's a real negative thing, because once again, it's all about wealth and prosperity and, inviting people into your home and being very generous. So just, a couple of interesting things that are different. Let's see if we want to talk about anything. Do you want to talk about the money there? Or do you want to read we can read what this says and talk about the money?
Yeah. So this is 恭贺新喜. It's the same like something, same like Happy New Year mean, but they just use a different character to say it. Like, I wish you have the very new happiness in the new year, something like that. If you just get in the word there, but in meanings they just say Happy New Year.
And then the money?
So this one is like 100 RMB.
Yeah.
It's the same like here $100. So this is the biggest money we print. So that people love to see it, because like I said, you like to see $100 than $20, right? We also have a 20, 10, 50. The same like here. Oh, here we do have $50 here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not $100, is it?
No, it's 100 RMB. Similar means like $100, but because we have different the
How much is
rate,
that worth in American dollars?
It's about $18.
Okay.
I think it's 6.5.
My
So,
good friend Cassandra Stroman gave me Chinese money for anything presentation wise. And I just assumed it was like, like
yeah, it's,
$10 or less.
yeah,
So,
more than
yeah.
$10. It's 6.5. So like less $20, but more than $15, I think. It's
Yeah.
about $15 something.
$15 each.
Yeah.
Okay. So I better save that and not
Yeah.
give it away. Lace, you have a question?
I was just saying how good Brenna is about like listening. Her mom's in the background. I'm like, she's just like a sponge. She's taking it all in. So
And
that's all.
do you have any questions for me or Maggie or Hannah?
What grade they're in?
Don't. It's very interesting though.
What part do you find fascinating?
Like how different people can be, like their culture and like I don't know.
Their
That's
foods?
yeah.
Yeah, the foods and the culture. I shared on the Zoom class yesterday with the 5th graders. I would encourage you, Brenna, if you have a chance to travel, it's the best way to be able to see the world. And there's so much out there,
Yeah.
that sometimes we just don't get to see when we stay in Madison or Evansville. So I would encourage you if that opportunity ever comes up.
Right. It's
So I have a question. Do you have a recipe for the skins? Brenna is gluten intolerant, so we need to make it with rice flour or something.
Yeah.
Could you develop, if you don't have one, could you develop something that we might be able to use so that she could actually try pot stickers?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know the market where selling the gluten-free the scheme, but you can make it by your own. You can buy the gluten-free flours, right?
Right.
So most people know how to make the cookie or make the pizza dough, right? It's the same. You just get in the flour, mess with the water, then you mix them together, then use the raw, get in the skin like this. So it's the same like the pizza
But what
dough.
would be the amounts? I mean, how,
We'd have to kind of look it up and we can do that and see if we can help you.
Yeah.
This is an example of, you can buy a pack of like 50 of these in the Asian grocery store. And this would be like the next step. If someone wanted something a little more homemade than the frozen ones, they would buy this and then make the meat filling.
Right.
And then you're making.
so
your
that
own.
it would be like making egg rolls, using the egg roll skins.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. But what you're asking is what is the consistency to make this
Right.
part? And have you ever made?
Yeah, my mom's always made her own skin. It's same like if you have 200 flowers, then you add like how many water there. You don't want to add like it's the same. It's not really say how that was face how much you need to make. Depends how much you made. Like you only made it for 1 meal or you made it for a lot of people. So if you just want to make it for 1 meal, it's just like a 200-300 gram flour. So it's 200 grams. How many?
I don't know.
I
What-
think maybe
So
like
is it only flour and water?
only flour and water. You don't need anything else. Then you mix them together.
So Sandy, that would be easy to make gluten-free then.
Right. Yeah.
Do you have to watch soy sauce though? I learned that soy sauce has gluten in it.
I think Steph makes her own.
Okay.
So,
Because the meat mixture itself, it's usually ground pork and you're mixing it with cabbage and onion. And you could certainly make gluten-free. I bet it tastes really good.
Right. So yeah, sometimes, but it also like you eat the simple one, you just add water with flour. But sometimes my mom depends, like sometimes she add a little bit egg, make that flour look like a little bit like a prawn. Sometimes she just add a little bit things, make the flour change different color or something. So yeah, you can make at home.
You want to introduce Vinny?
This is my son. You want to say hi?
Hi.
What is your name?
Vincent.
Vincent.
Vincent. So Vincent is fluent in Mandarin. Do you want to practice counting or showing how you can speak Chinese.
How you want to say 你好?
What can I say?
Okay.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。
There's a 1 to 10. He counting 1 to 10. Can you say hello and thank you?
你好，谢谢。
Can
Yeah.
you say Alisa is beautiful?
Good.
Boo! Vincent.
No.
He's 你很
Is
Oh,
ni hao hi?
你很漂亮. You are very beautiful.
Oh.
he's out of here.
Yeah.
Hannah, do you want to count for the? Will you come count?
Sarah,
Hannah, I'll
was
count.
ni hao hi? Like is ni hao? Hi?
Ni hao is hi. Brenna, do you want to learn how to count too?
I can try.
Okay, so Hannah will teach you and then we can all try. Okay, Hannah.
5 or 10.
Let's just go to 5.
She needs to talk louder though, so we can hear.
Okay, we'll talk loud.
1、2、3、4、5。
So I'll do that one more time. E,
E,
er, san,
san,
si,
si.
u.
Ooh.
Linda, who do we have joining us?
That's Stephanie's back there. There's his, your
Stephanie.
mom's back there, Stephanie.
She
Or
camera off.
Brenna.
Oh, all right. Should we learn chopsticks? We only have a couple more minutes, so
Right.
let's do chopsticks quick.
So the so when you use a chopstick, some people are struggling, couldn't put them right. So for me, it's very nature. I just put my little bit of finger in the middle of the chopstick, then another 2 in the bottom, and then this is the big the thumb, and then the second one I put at the top. So then when I'm
So you just want to move the top one.
yeah.
Yep, you just move the
There you
top.
It's moving the top. The bottom is just
because my hands are sweaty.
yeah. So then you can
Yeah.
can start whatever.
Brenna, you got it.
Yeah,
Good job. Picture like pinchers,
yeah,
and you want the top points to meet.
yeah. So you just have
Maybe I
move-
should eat with chopsticks, then help me eat slower. I had chopsticks.
see that. So it's very easy.
Linda?
Yeah.
You want some?
Oh. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today.
Yeah.
Did anybody have any questions before we go?
I have a comment. It was very interesting and fun.
Well, thank you, Brenna. It was our first time, so we appreciate that feedback. Maggie is
Yeah.
actually hoping to share this with her college class.
Yeah.
She's doing a paper on it. And we actually are making a donation to an organization called Refugee Film Camp.
Hmm.
So thank you, Verona Senior Center, for partnering with us to be able to support this good organization. They help Afghani refugees who are living in Malaysia trying to do video work. So basically trying to get skills to live on their own. So we're really excited about today.
Yeah. But I also, I hope you guys learned and can make your own delicious dumpling at home. Enjoy yourself.
And we'd love to hear about it.
Yep.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Email or cell phone if you have questions. Like we can be your on-call dumpling experts. No
Yeah.
problem.
Linda just tried one. She came in the kitchen and tried one. She said they're very good. So they're
Well,
Linda
have
approved.
fun,
I wanna say
Alisa.
Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to do this and to just bless us with this presentation. It was awesome. So thank you. And thank you for everybody that joined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like it's good to see faces. I miss faces. I haven't seen a lot of faces over the last year, so it's good to see faces. So yeah, without masks over them.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
all right,
All right.
everybody.
Right.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.